Today we're going over the Dual HPOP kit for the 6 liters. We send it basically like this. This is for the 05 to 07 guys. It's a little bit different setup than the 03 04s because the pump setup's different. You're gonna have your pump, filter, discharge line, suction line, bracket bolts to bolt the brackets in. We send 5 washers per bolt. It varies depending on the truck what you're going to use as far as the number of washers to space it out properly. We got an adapter that goes into the power steering pump. 2 things to note: you ain't going to be able to use a mechanical fan anymore. You got to go to electric fans, and if you have dual alternators, it will not work on your truck. You will have to convert it to a single alternator. You're also going to need a welder, and that's really it special wise. You're going to pull the outer fan shroud, then your inner fan shroud and fan, both the CAC tubes, airbox, and the turbo. Loosen the up pipes so you can set them up against the firewall so you got access to the back of the pump for you 03, 04 guys. 05 to 07 do not need to loosen the up pipes as it attaches to the top of the pump as opposed to the rear of the pump. The intake does not need to come off. All the hoses sneak underneath it. Pulling the IPR is a good idea to not end up hitting it and breaking something when you are running the hard line for the 03, 04s. So I guess to start with, I'm going to take the fitting for the power steering pump, just threads right in. You're going to thread it down until it's tight. And then it's easiest if you leave the set screw pointing up. That way you can get at it once you're in. After that, you're going to put 3 to 4 tack welds on the adapter here to the power steering pump pulley. Also note that you are going to need to cut those if your power steering pump takes a dump. We recommend welding it with the power steering pump off of the vehicle. That way you minimize the risk of a fire doing something stupid like that. Also, tack welds are the best bet as too much heat will damage the seal on the pump, potentially the snout seal here. It could also throw, warp it a little bit to where this fitting is no longer straight in there. On this particular engine, we're going to use 3 washers on the top bolt and only 2 on the bottom. And the longer of the 2 standoffs goes towards the top. The washers go on the backside to space it out. And this right here is why you cannot have dual alternators. This is a idler spot for the dual alternator setup. Therefore, the dual alternator belt will not fit if this is installed. Come over, grab our pump, and then when you pull the cap off, you want to make sure that the keyway stays in there. Can turn the pump with a pair of pliers. I don't have a set on me right now. So another thing you can do is once you get it in, just rotate it around, and then you can also use the power steering pump to rotate it around to where the set screw is where you can get at it. So also when you have this in, and this is why our washers are not 5 and 5 like we ship them with, you want to make sure that the keyway is actually engaged with the set screw. So initially get the pump set in there with with whatever washers you think it's going to need. You want to make sure that this is on the same plane as the power steering pump.
Every front cover is a little different, so we provide spacers for the top and for the bottom down there. What you want to do is you want to space it out to make sure that your bracket is level with the power steering pump pulley. And you don't want to put any tension on the pump when you tighten it. So most pulleys from the factory have a little bit of forward and back movement. You should still have that after bolting the pump on. If you don't put enough spacers in there, the pump will side load or it'll push on the power steering pump pulley and it can prematurely wear out your pumps.
Chances are you're going to have an extra washer on the top compared to the bottom, but you also want to make sure that the keyway is engaged with the set screw. So initially get the pump on there, snug the set screw down and pull on it, make sure that pump don't pull out. And then at that point, you know, you've got enough washers, and as long as your power steering pump moves in and out, you should be good on depth and all that.
We recommend putting a few tack welds.
Even though these are lock nuts, we do recommend putting some red Loctite on them, because we do not run them all the way tight. You will snug them up to where you still have some side-to-side movement on the pump, once again, so that you don't load the power steering pump or the hydraulic pump too hard under load. And then once that's mounted, you want to make sure you leave the belt loose, and then might take some flexing of the bracket, but you want to have your in and out play on the pump, power steering pump. Okay, that's all good. We'd snug that up, make that all nice and pretty like. So on this system, this is a check valve. The arrow needs to go towards the factory high pressure pump. If it's going the other way, you are just going to basically pump into a wall out of this pump, and you're going to be pumping all of your high pressure oil from your factory pump down into this one. You're going to have a bad time. That's like French frying when you shit a pizza. Yep, away from the filter towards the factory high pressure pump. It's got a nice little arrow on it, tell you which direction. And this right here is a perfect example of why we double check tightness on everything. Just hand tight. So we're going to pull the factory oil pressure fitting, which this is just a plastic cap that, you know, has got 1,000,000 miles on it and isn't going to pop off real good right now.
So you need to remove this fitting out of your oil cooler cover, and you'll insert the supplied fitting there. That is going to feed the secondary pump, and it'll feed from here into the pump. It is directional. Make sure you put it on right, and then it feeds through the pump into the supplied filter, and then the filter goes up under the intake and goes back and ties into the test port on your high pressure oil pump cover.
It will just come off, and then just got a screw back here, and then once that, or a nut head, and it just screws into the oil cooler cover. So you'll get that pulled, and then you'll get our adapter installed right in here, just like it was, just like the factory one was, except now we got an AN fitting on it. And then the supply line will then attach to said fitting you just installed into the oil cooler housing. Gonna go just like that. Now for the discharge hose, going to run it underneath, right next to the oil cooler, in this little gap between the front cover and the oil cooler. Sorry, this is a test motor. It's got stuff all over it. Push it up. And then that. So this is why pulling the IPR is nice. You don't have this much room to run that all the way back inside in the truck. That on there. Leave all that just kind of loose for right now. And then you've got, this heat shield will be on here. Got two 10 millimeters for you 304 guys and a 13. If your truck has it, a lot of people have ditched them now that these things are 20 years old and have been torn apart 1,000 times. So if it's on there, remove it. It's not going back on. If it's not on there, don't remove it, because you can't. Then once you get to that point, your up pipes are obviously sitting back to where you can actually access stuff. There's a 6 millimeter Allen plug right here. It's a 6 millimeter Allen, standard, I believe it's 12 by 1.75 O-ring fitting. You're going to pull that out, and then you're going to thread this fitting in, and that will just go right in there. And then once that's in, make sure that's tight, then you will slide your hose up to it and attach it. and everything is still loose so that you can flex the hard line into whatever spots you need to clear as much as you can. And then once that's done, final tighten it. That way you don't have any leaks and you don't forget to tighten it. As long as it's all kind of set and right where you want it, out of the way of everything, to where we ain't going to be rubbing on the belt, not going to be hitting anything stupid. You know, you can tighten from the front, from the back. If you're up there feeding it in the back, I'd probably start at the back just because I'm up there and I'm already pissed off because I'm laying on top of everything. So tighten that, come down as you're tightening, coming down. Make sure you double check everything. We send everything hand tight. So you got lots of play in it, so you can take the stuff off if you want, if that makes it easier, and dealing with the hoses attached to the pump and all that. But everything on here, when we ship it, is just hand tight. So everything is going to be need to tighten. The fittings in the side of the pump, the fitting from the filter to the pump, probably the fitting going into the filter. Just double check everything because they are all just hand tight. All right, for you 05 to 07 guys, we've got our race truck in here that's currently being worked on. We're on the same setup that you guys are buying with. Honestly, it's enough to feed fire hoses that Warren calls injectors. So it'll support a ton. So we're going to show you guys what it looks like on an 05 to 07. So if you look at this hard line, unlike the 03 to 04s, it's shaped more like an L. You got a long side and a short side. The short side is going to go to the top of the pump. So on the top of the pump, there's the same 6mm Allen, except instead of being on the back of the pump, it's going to be on the top here. And get the 90 on this hard line. Once again, everything's still loose so that you can line it up where it needs to go. And then get it threaded on there. And then you're going to feed your line the same as the 03, 04 guys. Make sure everything's set where you want it to be. You 05 to 07 guys are not going to have to pull your IPR. Same with not having to loosen the up pipes or pull the heat shield on the back of the high pressure pump. A little bit easier on the 05 to 07s, just because the pump setup's a little bit different, but all in all, still basically the same thing. Probably change your oil because you've had everything open. Probably gonna have to clean from the back of the engine because you did just open the HPOP a bit. Also on your first fire, it may take an extra quart or two because you're gonna have to fill up your the second high pressure pump, the filter, the lines, all that stuff. After that, it should continue being 15 quarts, but double check it. After your initial fill up and fire, everything should be full with 16, 17, maybe even 18 quarts. But after that, none of this should drain out. Then we also recommend checking and cleaning this filter after your first couple 100 miles, probably 500 max. Then after that, roughly every 3 to 4 months. Your first couple of cleanings of that are going to have a decent amount of metal in them as the pump breaks in and seats itself. After that, there should be very minimal metal. If you start seeing excessive metal in it, or this filter starts looking like it's been sucked on real bad, like it'll actually collapse, you need to change the filter if it's collapsed. If you start seeing excessive metal in it, this pump needs to be changed. These pumps are not lifetime pumps. I mean, this is race car stuff. Race car stuff don't last forever. But 30,000 miles, probably about the lifespan of them. Just clean your filter often. If you start seeing excessive metal, it's time to change that pump. Pumps aren't too expensive. I'm sure we sell them separately. If not, you can get them from hydraulic shops. If you see a real heavy amount of metal, like something completely and utterly grenaded in it, and or the filter collapsed, I would take all these hoses off and I would flush them. Okay, so along with the oil change that we recommend, you have also pulled plugs out of the high pressure pump and the IPR. The IPR typically don't make it kind of long crank, but that plug coming out of the high pressure pump definitely can cause a long crank. So if it takes a little bit longer to fire up, just like if you do injectors or anything else, it may take 20, 30, 45 seconds to start. Just be aware of that because you are messing with the high pressure oil system.